Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2020 Dodge Challenger SXT all-wheel drive, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2020 Dodge Challenger is a two-door coupe that seats up to 5 people. It has a standard 303 horsepower, 3.6-liter V6 engine that works with an 8-speed automatic transmission. 4 V8 engines are also available, including a supercharged 6.2-liter V8 that makes either 717 or 797 horsepower, depending on the model. A 6-speed manual transmission is available on higher trim levels, and both rear and all-wheel drive versions are offered. Competitors include the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro. The 2020 Dodge Challenger is a 5-passenger two-door coupe available in 5 primary trim levels: the base model SXT, GT, RT, RT Scat Pack, and SRT Hellcat. Rear-wheel drive is standard, and all-wheel drive is available on the SXT and GT trim levels. Let's go over the configuration, starting with the base model SXT that has a starting MSRP of $28,095. Now, the base model SXT does get that 3.6-liter V6 engine that makes 303 horsepower. That engine makes 268 pound-feet of torque. It's matched to an 8-speed automatic transmission. I think you get a decent number of standard features, including keyless entry and ignition, a power-adjustable driver's seat, and Dodge's Uconnect infotainment system with a 7-inch touchscreen. That includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The next model up from the SXT is the Challenger GT. It has a starting price of $31,095, and the GT dresses things up a bit with styling cues taken from the V8 powered trim levels. It retains the powertrain found in the SXT, so that means it has the V6, and adds upgraded interior trim, remote start, and rear parking sensors. All-wheel drive is optional for both the GT and the SXT. So basically, if you get a Challenger with a V6 engine, then you can option it with all-wheel drive. The next model is the Challenger RT. It has a starting price of $34,995. And the RT is primarily equipped, it's basically equipped like a GT, but the big difference between this and the GT is that the RT gets the 5.7-liter V8. That engine it's a Hemi. It makes 372 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. It comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission, although you can option it with an 8-speed automatic. So your RT is your cheapest Challenger that gets a V8. It's your first base model into the V8. If you want to add a little more sport on your RT, then you bump it up to a Scat Pack. Now the Scat Pack changes that engine altogether. Now you get the 392 Hemi that puts out 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque, and it also comes with more standard features. Gets an 8.4-inch touchscreen, heated seats, heated steering wheel, performance software upgrades, and launch control. The Challenger RT Scat Pack looks like what? It starts at just under $40,000, $39,995. Okay, so basically at the top of the food chain, you'll find the Challenger SRT Hellcat. It has a starting MSRP of $60,695. It has a 6.2-liter Hemi engine that makes 717 horsepower and 656 pound-feet of torque. And again, you can either get it with a 6-speed manual or an 8-speed automatic transmission. Dodge also adds larger brakes, exterior styling changes, and an adaptive suspension. All right, so that's what you're getting for your 60 grand on the SRT Hellcat. But wait, there's more. At the very, very top of the Dodge Challenger food chain lies the SRT Hellcat Red Eye Wide Body. Now, it's worth mentioning that you can get a regular Hellcat in a wide body. You can also get an RT Scat Pack in a wide body. I just skipped over those. However, here's your top dog right here, $78,295. This one gets the 797 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque, and that's really the Red Eye's claim to fame right there. And the red eye is just under 80 grand, $78,295. It's a lot of money for a Dodge Challenger, which is why I like the Dodge Challenger SXT. Yep, it's the base model, comes in under $30,000. But you know what? Hey, I think it's got a respectable V6 engine, makes 303 horsepower. You got keyless entry, 18-inch wheels, dual zone climate control. You got a 7-inch touchscreen. You got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I mean, you got decent fuel economy. You got 19 miles a gallon in the city, 30 miles a gallon on the highway. I think it's a pretty good way to go. So, with that said, let's actually jump into this build and price review. Actually, real quick before we get started, I just want to remind you to take a look at some of my other related build and price reviews. Now, I said that the Camaro and the Mustang, we all know that, are direct competitors to the Dodge Challenger. Well, guess what? I've done some build and price reviews of the Camaro. I actually did the 2020 Ford Mustang EcoBoost. That's their 4-cylinder. So, yeah, check those videos out. I've actually did the 2019 Dodge Challenger RT. I did the 2018 Dodge Challenger SXT Plus, which I think means that it got leather. Now, why is that? You're saying to yourself, why? I'm looking at a 2020. Why would a 2018 Dodge be viable? Well, here's why. Because Dodge hasn't done a major redesign of the Challenger since 2008. Okay, so a 2018 Dodge Challenger is very much still relevant to a 2020 for sure. Okay, so like I said in the beginning, we're going to do a build and price of the base model SXT all-wheel drive. With that said, we're going to skip over a lot of the stuff. We're going to find out about all the features, all the configurations, but we're going to skip over all the stuff that talks about the Hemi engine or the 6.2 liter and all that kind of stuff. Why? Because it's not relevant. It's not relevant to our SXT. If you want to know about those, check out my other build and price reviews. I did the 2018 Challenger SRT Demon. I've done the SXT Plus. I did the RT, and like I said, they haven't redesigned the car since 2008, so those are still relevant. That said, let's take a look at these colors. This color here seems to be granite. We've got the triple nickel, right? And we got to spin this every time. The triple nickel. Then we have the indigo blue. I guess I'm spinning it too fast. It should just cooperate. Just stay in one spot. Here's our Frostbite exterior paint. This one's called Hellraisin exterior paint. And last but certainly not least, we have all black. Dodge calls their black pitch black. We can also see our drive options here. There's rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. We have all-wheel drive toggled. And with all-wheel drive toggled, that bumps our MSRP up to $31,095. So it adds $2,000 to go with the all-wheel drive option on the base model SXT. Oh, and look at that. There's more color. So there's a octane red. And yeah, there's that. There's octane red. There's Tor red. What does that look like? There's Tor red. There's Go Mango exterior paint, which is orange to me. There's a cinnamon stick exterior paint. Looks like some shade of brown. All right. We've got an F8 green. I actually like this color a lot. I like the F8 green. In person, it looks really, really, really good. The F8 green. And then the white knuckle. White knuckle, you can't go wrong with this either. You can't go wrong with the white knuckle, the black, or to me, the F8 green. So, yeah, there's all our exterior colors. There's what? There's 12 exterior colors for the 2020 Dodge Challenger SXT. So I would think it'd be cool to look at the gallery images, but knowing Dodge, most of these images are going to be of their muscle cars, of their V8 cars. And so we're just going to take a quick skim of the headlights. I mean, of the headlight. I was looking at the headlights of these images. So 1320, isn't that how many feet there are to a mile? Isn't this about drag racing? Isn't it 1,320 feet a mile? Blah, blah, blah. See what I mean? A lot of tire smoke. You know, there's not much to look at here when we're trying to figure out about the base model, because that's not what Dodge is all about. They're all about the muscle car, and so they gotta show all the go. All right, so here's the gallery, and so yeah, let's move on. Check out some of the other stuff. All right, let's find out about the performance features as they relate to the SXT and, well, the GT, because those are the only two trim levels that get the V6 engine. So what I'm going to do is we're only going to look at the information that's relevant to that. Let's do that now. Okay, the only thing so far I've been able to dig up is some information that we already know. The engine, right? 3.6 V6, da 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 da, 303 horsepower, 268 pound-feet of torque. Only available on the SXT and GT, and this is the only engine that you can get with the all-wheel drive. Okay, here's something I dug up. Looks like there's some electronic power steering, because the other things they're telling us about is launch control, which is not going to be available on the SXT. Here they're just telling us a little bit about that Torque Flight 8-speed transmission that improves performance and overall efficiency. There's an available steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. Now, is that available on the SXT? I'm not really sure. Maybe we might be able to see that and find out. Maybe we might check the specs. We'll see. They're also telling us that the Dodge Challenger has a performance-inspired electronic shifter. Looking around this website, looking around the pages that talk about the 2020 Dodge Challenger, it's very clear that Dodge is very oriented about their V8 models. They don't say very much about their base model SXT or GT, and I think that's a mistake because I think a lot of people are buying the SXT and GT. At any rate, here's some other stuff that I found about the interior. They had nothing to say on the exterior, so we skipped over the exterior. All right, so they have sports seats for the SXT. You can get black premium cloth with houndstooth inserts or tungsten accent tungsten accent stitching. That's standard on the SXT. These seats here, wow, really? Black Napa leather available on the SXT? All right, now you're talking. Or you can get ruby red Napa leather. Okay, so seems like maybe, like I said, I did the build and price of the 2018 Dodge Challenger SXT Plus, and what made it a plus was that you can get it with leather. Now it seems like they've kind of blurred it together, so where the SXT can just be ordered with leather. I like that. Here they're talking about available ventilated front seats and available heated front seats. Now, can we get heated front seats in our SXT? I would think so. Can we get the ventilated seats? I wouldn't think we could on the base model. I'd be surprised if that was an option. All right, let's find out about the Uconnect system here. Now we're optioning the base model. So the base model does not get the 8.4-inch touchscreen. It gets the 7-inch, and it's not going to have the 4C with navigation because that's basically what that means. Looks like there's a couple of stereo system options. There's an Alpine audio group, and there's a Harman Kardon audio group. Is that an option for our base model? We'll find out when we get to the configurator. Love the instrument cluster on the Dodge Challenger and the Dodge Charger for that matter. They call it a Heritage Tick-Tock gauges, flank a 7-inch reconfigurable driver informational display, and available turn-by-turn navigation. I don't think we're going to get that on our base model, though. Let's find out about this cargo capacity. Well, let's see. They don't really say. They just say that it offers best-in-class passenger room, best-in-class cargo volume, and yeah, 5-passenger seating, which we already know about. We'll have to check the specs so we can see how much cargo space there actually is. All right, let's see what they have to say about the safety and security features. There's some available features here. Automatic high beam headlamps, available blind spot monitoring, available adaptive cruise control, available full speed forward collision warning, and then there's the park view rear view camera, which I think is standard because I think all cars nowadays have to come standard with at least a backup camera. All right, let's see how tough the Challenger is put together. So they're talking about it's got specially designed crumple zones, a solid frame with substantial roof strength, and steel safety frame, blah, 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 blah. Airbags throughout, rear side curtain airbags, front seat mounted airbags, all that stuff, standard fare. What's this all about? Spring to your defense. There's available rain sensing wipers. There's rain brake support that removes water from your brake pads. And there's active front seat head restraints. Again, these are all things I'm not sure we're going to be able to option on our base model. But we're going to dig into that, like I said, when we get to the configurator. We're almost there because there's not much else to go over. So there's electronic stability control. There's all-speed traction control. And there's hill start assist. The specs are an absolute hot mess. I'm not surprised. So what we're going to really dig out of these specs is what I said we were going to dig out of the specs. I said, what do we want to know? Cargo volume. The cargo volume is 16.2 cubic feet. Oh, and the fuel tank is 18.5 gallons. I like knowing stuff like that. Okay, let's do our build and price and find out everything that we can really get. So here we are. Yep, 2020. Let's toggle the buy thing just so we make sure we have the right price. Although there's always these prices always change. Yeah, $31,095 SXT. Let's go ahead and build that one. Okay, so while I like the F8 green, maybe I might get tired of looking at F8 green. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go with pitch black. All right, we're going to go with the pitch black for our exterior color here. As far as stripes and decals, do we want a black top stripe? If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I don't really do the stripe thing. So I'm going to say no on the stripes. We'll keep that $100 in our pocket. We got some wheel options here. So we got the satin carbon wheels. I normally don't do the whole black thing with the black wheel thing, but will this look cool? You know what? Black wheels don't usually clean up very well. They look cool, but they require even more work to stay looking very, very nice. So, you know what? I think we're just going to do the 19-inch wheels. If there's an upgrade somewhere on the wheels that might be that might work for us, that are more like a satin finish, then we might do that. So tires, we only got one set of options for tires. Looks like you got 235, 55, 19 all-season tires all the way around. There's a compact spare. We're going to skip it. The interior, what do we want? I know I like to have the leather seats. I would like to have the leather seats. So that requires additional selections. Well, what kind of selections does it require? It didn't say. Unless two other changes. What are they? Can we hit the question mark? So the seat type selection, you just may require the following two changes. The Plus package, okay, so I guess there is still a SXT Plus. All right, that's $2,600. And then the driver convenience group. So we'll learn about all that stuff when we get over there. We'll go through that. All right, so we got the black premium leather. Okay, I guess that bumped us up to the Uconnect 4C with 8.4 inch with the 4C. That's the navigation. That works for me. What else? Actually, that's not with the navigation. The navigation's down here. You know what? Here's the whole deal. You got Apple CarPlay. You have Android Auto. You could just plug in and use your app, your phone, your Google Map or whatever you want to use for that. So I'm going to say let's save the $795. At least we got the 4C with the 8.4 inch. I guess they threw in the Sirius XM with 1 year radio. Sirius XM with the 1 year radio subscription. We can't upgrade to the Alpine Audio Group. Let's go ahead and upgrade to the sound system, though. Let's go ahead and do that. Power sunroof. I'm not really a sunroof person, but let's go ahead and throw in a power sunroof, though. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's take that back. I'm going to say the $1,295. I don't really want a I don't want a power sunroof. So let's go ahead and skip the power sunroof. Let's see what they have for packages. Now, we already had the Plus package, and what was all included with that? A bunch of stuff. We got the Wi-Fi hotspot. The bright pedals, the heated front seats, the heated steering wheel. Yeah, okay, lots of good stuff. That was worth the $2,600. It was a lot of money, but we got a lot of stuff. We also got the driver convenience package, which basically gives us, you know, our safety of stuff like the blind spot and rear cross traffic detection, and we get the remote start system which came in the GT. All right, so we got that. What else is there? There's the technology group, rain sensing wipers, forward collision warning. Yeah, I kind of want that stuff, but what are we sitting at? We're sitting at $35,000 right now. I am kind of being a little price conscious here. I think we're good on that. Let's move down. Powertrain, yep, we're all standard on that stuff. We're not gonna add the engine block heater. So yeah, here we are. We're sitting at $34,000. And honestly, the only thing that we really could get if we were really feeling something about it is if you're really concerned about some extra safety and technology, then throw the technology group in there. For collision warning, yeah, maybe I might be interested in that. I don't really care about the adaptive speed control, though. Automatic high beam, yeah, maybe. Rain sensing wipers, I can live without that. You know, it's another $1,300. And for me, some of that stuff's questionable. So yeah, here we go. $35,000 basically out the door for what really is still a 2020 Dodge Challenger SXT Plus. They just don't call it a Plus now as a regular trim level. But yeah, SXT Plus, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I like this car. There's nothing wrong with this engine. Now that it has leather, it's as sporty as it really needs to be. How fast do you really need to go? All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the very next